Today we're gonna have a different type of interview. Okay, I have here with me Trish O'Keeffe.
My name's Trish O'Keeffe. I've been working at Insight for 21 years. I started in desktop support and technology, and I currently manage the Microsoft business all up for Insight Canada.
And during this period that you cannot just go and train, like you cannot do your swimming, you cannot run. How are you taking care of yourself?
Well, the first thing, the thing about triathlon is it's 3 sports. So just because I can't swim, I can do other things. I can run and I can bike. And so what I did was I moved house up here to Mont Tremblant, where they have an Ironman every year, and my bike is sitting over there. I really like to bike in a group, so I struggled with it a little bit, but I forced myself, and now I really like it because the bike's outside. I'm looking at the 16th hole of a golf course. We have bird feeders beside us, so while I'm on the bike typically about an hour 15 during the week, and then I go out and ride a little longer on the weekend.
But I heard you're challenging your family. Right, so how are you doing this? Like, do you expect them to also be like you and go for an Ironman after this?
Not necessarily, but I was on a phone call. My nephew, who lives in California, was turning 26, and so we were giving him a hard time about being 26, and he said, I'm either going to go become a couch potato or I'm going to have to do something else. So I decided to put together a step challenge. I could not even maintain the number of steps that the crazy people in my family were doing. And there's no real prize except the pride aspect of it.
How are you also motivating your team at Insight, right, with the same mindset to keep themselves healthy?
Insight is that we really do care about people being active. Last year at the Montreal Marathon, the Oasis Marathon, we had 102 people from the office running either a 5K, a 10K, or the 21K. And we donated a bunch of money from that. Everybody donated their entry fees to cover the computers at the Summit School here in Montreal. But so what we're doing now is the wellness committee got together, and not everybody likes the same thing. So, Judith's team does a team yoga 2 times a week, and somebody on their team is quite athletic. So she leads the yoga. The girl who runs the wellness program for Canada, she put a calendar event in everybody's calendar in the whole office, just asking, are you moving?
That's good. And by the way, John Dayton, he wakes up every day around like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, right?
Yes.
He's taking his calls on his basement. It was actually a gym. I was impressed.
Yes.
Right? I hope he can send us a picture so we can put here on the video. I never met someone who sleeps only 4 hours a night, and he does.
Yeah, I don't know how he does that. I sleep 9 hours a night.
I need to interview him to figure that out. How are you taking care of your team unrelated to time they need with their family?
It's an interesting time for them. And John was very clear from the beginning that an 8-hour day doesn't have to be 8 consecutive hours. We have to be really mindful that our team needs time for their children. They've never had to work like that.
Let's talk a little bit about technology. What type of tools you're using, and what is coming up as a new way of work for you?
Our facilities manager has been such a great guy. People would just ping him and say, hey, Danny, I'd really like an extra monitor and my extra keyboard and the mouse. And so he brought it down to the garage. And so all they had to, it was just down there with a package with their name on it. And if they needed it, they came to the office, they picked it up, they brought it home, and they were all set up.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Guy.